Brought to you by Penguin.
Addicted to Anxiety, written and read by me, Owen O'Kane. To everyone who has shared their anxious self with me, it's been a pleasure and honour to meet that loyal, protective and caring part of you. I hope you now realise it's not a total pain in the ass. Introduction. In my 30 years of working in physical and mental health, I haven't witnessed anxiety levels as high as they are now. We have become generation anxious, and the research backs this up. Across the board, we are seeing higher incidence of anxiety with our children, teenagers, parents and older people. Workplaces are struggling to cope with the levels of illness linked to anxiety. School absenteeism has increased, and reported cases of clinical anxiety are growing globally according to news headlines. None of this is surprising off the back of a global pandemic, economic challenges, wars, political instability, climate change, and a world filled with uncertainty. In short, the world feels like a scary place to live right now. But that's only one part of the problem. How you manage the uncertainty and anxiety of your life presents a greater challenge. Have you ever stopped to consider that you might be addicted to anxiety? Yes, just let that settle for a moment. It's a lot to take in. I've used the word addicted deliberately because I believe anxiety has an addictive component that's rarely talked about or dealt with clinically. And in my experience, this may be part of the solution. Habits form, but they can also be transformed. Many years ago, I was leading an anxiety therapy group in an NHS service. As the weeks progressed, I noticed that most of the group's participants were beginning to improve. I fed this back to the group, but I immediately noticed a hesitancy and unease move into the room. I explored what was going on, and it soon became clear that many of them felt anxious about the prospect of not being anxious. The responses were startling. What if I'm letting go of the one thing that keeps me safe? I'm not sure I'm ready. This is all I've known, and it feels like you're taking something away. But this is who I am. The most amazing moment happened when one of the group, Daryl, a recovering cocaine addict, joked that letting go of his anxiety was harder than weaning off cocaine. I'm bloody hooked, he said. The group laughed, and in this moment of camaraderie and banter, it was obvious everyone knew what he meant. As did I. The notion of being hooked on anxiety made sense. There are a few moments as a therapist when you know something significant is happening for you. It's like a sixth sense. Every fibre of my being was curious about what this might mean. I had to dig for more. There are many models and theories on anxiety that offer great insights, but the addictive component of anxiety is often missed. I suddenly remembered an interesting fact that the chemicals produced in the body during an episode of anxiety are comparable to those produced when excited. It's therefore understandable that there's a possibility of unconscious dependence on this reaction. If I feel anxious, it will keep me safe. When the laughter in the therapy room settled, I asked Daryl to explain what he meant. He knew I was intrigued, but equally I could see he was also having a moment of insight. He recounted that when he was addicted to cocaine, it was a means of escaping the reality of his painful inner world. His childhood was traumatic and full of pain. Drugs helped him feel a combination of numbness, excitement, distraction, and freedom for short periods. This led to dependence. When he described his anxiety, it was a similar picture. Whilst it didn't give him the same high as drugs, the anxiety process temporarily helped him deal with not feeling safe or certain. Letting go of these processes felt non-negotiable because short-term they removed any sense of threat and provided a sense of control. The problem was, longer-term, he was unknowingly contributing to the maintenance of his anxiety. It was a different type of being hooked. He was describing being addicted to the process of anxiety. And in that moment, Addicted to Anxiety, this book was born.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?